On today's episode of Motorhaus,
welcome to Jurassic Park. Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Motorhaus, and boy is Ratchet in her element today.
yay!
Because it's Jurassic Park time.
Squee.
We are here at Who Zoo and Dinosaur World, is that how
That
it's
is
spelled?
correct. Well
Who
done.
Zoo and
Good thing.
Dinosaur World in Telford, because obviously that's where dinosaurs are. And we're here with no less than the UK division of the Jurassic Park Motor Pool. So what we have here today is a collection of Jurassic Park Motor Pool UK cars, a hell of a lot of Jeep Wranglers, more Jeep Wrangler YJs full stop than I've ever seen in one place, but
too.
they are all Jurassic Park Jeep replicas. But we're also quite privileged. It's a lot rarer in the UK. There's a couple of Explorer replicas here. There's even
An ML.
an ML.
Out of Jurassic Park 2.
What we're going to do today is we're going to have a wander around. We're going to chat to a few people about their film replica Jeeps, find out what's involved in building one. So let's do it, let's go.
Yes.
Well, I'm very, very happy to introduce on camera one of our very good friends and founding member of Motor Pool UK, Mr. Dan Cooper. How are you today, Dan?
Oh, I'm very well, thank you.
Are you having fun?
Oh, I am having more fun than you can possibly imagine.
And that's a lot of fun, let me tell you.
It is for me.
Let's say you wanted to build a replica vehicle. Let's say a Jeep, one of the gas-powered Jeeps, right, as they call it on screen. Where do you start? What's the base vehicle?
You need a Wrangler YJ,
Yep.
predominantly the Sahara variant. Sahara variant was kind of their top of the line,
Yeah.
like a Ford Gear
Yeah.
or something along
Yeah,
those
yeah, yeah.
lines. That was their top end, and that gave you the necessary things that they used in the movie. As they say, spared no expense. They went straight for the top
It was
model.
the top of the line, wasn't it?
Top of the line.
Top of spared no expense.
Spared no
Spared
expense.
no expense.
Trademark TM Universal. A Wrangler YJ, you're looking around 1992 model. 93 was obviously when the film came out. So 92, 93 is the ones they used. This is a 95 registered, but it's actually, sorry, it was built 95, registered 96.
Yep.
So 95, 96
Yeah,
this
yeah.
one. Up to 96 is when they changed the headlights from square to round.
They went back to round, didn't
Back-
they? Because
back to the original look.
traditional Jeeps are round lights, but here's the unique thing is most people want round light Jeeps. If you're doing a Jurassic Park Jeep,
We want
it's gotta be
square.
square lights.
Square.
It's gotta be the square lights.
That's what it's all
And
about.
that's only on the YJ, isn't it?
Only on the YJ.
Only on the YJ.
Once you get to the TJ and upwards, they go back to the round. The grille's slightly different as well.
Yeah.
To match in with the World War II Willys Jeeps, that kind of
Yeah,
thing.
it went back to a traditional Jeep look, didn't it? So,
So that's the base model you need. When the film production done it, they changed it to match the description in the book. They were described in the book as having red stripes.
yeah.
around.
And what was the backstory with the red stripes, Dan?
the backstory? Are you testing my knowledge, young
Of course
sir?
I'm testing your knowledge. You're the president. You got to know this stuff.
It's because Triceratopses couldn't see the red stripes. It deterred their vision, so it prevented them from ramming them. That was the reason for the red stripes.
So, whilst we're talking about paints and colours, there's a specific colour as well, isn't there? That
There
if you
is.
want it spot on, there's one to go for.
It is, and it's called the Sahara Sand Beige. There is a little bit of to and fro over real colours, because this one was factory colour.
Yeah.
This is how it rolled out the factory, and this is classed as sand beige.
Yeah.
In the film, they have a gold hue. There are some scenes in the film where they look completely grey. There's other films where they look really gold. It's all to do with film lighting, things like that. So depending on how accurate you wish to be, this is where you could start, or you could go onto one of the gold variants as predominantly seen on the screen. Shameless plug.
I don't know what you mean.
So the good thing about the Motor Pool is we've got a wealth of knowledge from all sorts of people. My car knowledge under the bonnet is non-existent. I know that's the bonnet, I don't know what's under it. That's down to you.
That's why you've got friends like us, Dan.
Exactly.
That's fine, right? Yeah.
But we've got people that are able to make things like toe eyes, screen accurate, a Ratchet production.
These are Ratchet finest.
This winch, sourced, found by Ratchet, recently fitted this morning, and what a top job she's done.
Right then, quick whistle-stop tour. Dan, show us what makes a Jurassic Park Jeep.
Makes a Jurassic Park Jeep. I
Right.
had trouble saying it there.
Should we start with the wheels?
Start with the wheels.
Wheels and tyres.
Wheels and
important,
tyres.
this. Important.
It is. BF Goodrich all-terrain tyres. I think the original ones were KO1, I want to say.
And they've got radial on the side.
Radial on the
haven't they?
side, yeah. These, I was very lucky when I bought the Jeep. These were the tyres that were fitted to it.
Yeah.
So that saved me a lot of work trying to source these. And it had all 5, which was really good.
Yeah.
Wheel side of it is, these weren't standard. These were more on the...
I think they're a Cherokee wheel, aren't they?
The
XJ
Cherokee,
wheel.
yeah, Grand Cherokee, that kind of ilk.
Yeah.
All the Jeeps in the movie had half doors because you can take the tops off, the top section comes off, probably for ease of filming because you can film the actors straight in an open Jeep as opposed to having the camera set up within
It's
the
much
Jeep.
better, and with the environment it was in, it was all meant to be quite warm and tropical as well.
Although it rained all the time.
Oh, right.
Your half doors, your side steps is part of the Sahara package that we spoke
runs
about
all the way
earlier.
through, isn't it?
Goes all the way along.
Yeah.
And then you've got this isn't an actual original roof. This is a Best Top company called Best Top, which done the replacement roofs. Sort of staying in this general area, we spoke about the light bar that the lovely Ratchet made and sells. plug. You got the 102-inch whip antenna, which was used in the film. Each Jeep had one, though you never saw them use a radio in the vehicle.
No, and there isn't actually one shown in shot either, the CB, is there?
You can't, it may well be there,
Yeah.
but you don't see it. They tend to use the handheld radios.
But we all have CBs in these, don't
Yes,
we?
yeah.
And they are absolutely fantastic for the group trips and whatever.
Absolutely. The whip antenna ball mount.
So, yeah.
In the movie, the surround is more of like a white, off-whitey, sort of almost greyish kind of colour. That was when it was made then. These are the ones that we can get now, although we do have someone in the group that is potentially 3D making them.
Now, we're not done when we get to the back, are we, Dan? Because there's
No, we're
still loads of very
There is.
specific and sometimes expensive stuff
There is.
around the back of a Jurassic Park Jeep. So point us some of the key bits around here, Dan.
Well, as with the sides that we've seen, you've got the same wheel and tyre.
Yep.
Obviously, that's
Yep.
to keep it all fitted in. Bumperettes, they were part of the Jeeps. That was like a standard fitting on the Jeeps. The main thing that differs, obviously, between the English variant of the Jeep and the one you saw in the movie was the rear lights. This one isn't quite screen accurate. There's the nearest I could get to it, but it's these that are the difference.
So these are interesting, aren't they? Because that's a UK spec light, and in the film these are fogs, aren't they? You see them when Nedry's
That's right.
leaving.
A decent explanation for them is their convoy lights.
Convoy lights, yeah.
So that would probably be the equivalent for it. I think ultimately it was for on film, just to add that little bit more,
add a bit of
a bit
pizzazz.
more light
Yeah.
as it's driving along.
So I suppose one of the interesting things is, like you said, you start off with a Sahara base model.
Yes.
And that's really important to some extent because it gives you something very important in the interior, doesn't it?
It does.
Show us what it gives you then. It's all about the seats, isn't
It's
it?
all about the green Sahara seats.
So something pretty unique about the Sahara, isn't it, Dan, is that you get the green and the tan. It's
Green and tan.
It's a colour combo, isn't it?
It was the way.
It was the way. It was the 90s.
It was the way. It was what you saw in the film. When you see the Jeeps arrive and they take Alan Grant and Ellie, there's shots of the seats which obviously stand out.
And it's in the memes, isn't it? All the Ellie standing up memes. It's like, it's these seats.
It's the seat, which is, for us, it's incredibly hard to get hold of seats like this, which is why you end up finding Sahara models are better, and some of the members have actually bought 2 Jeeps and swapped the interior out of one to put in a better Jeep.
Yeah. Every Jurassic Park Jeep has a number on the front wings and on the bonnet. What did those numbers originally mean in the film, Dan? What was the point of those?
The general consensus of the numbers was if you imagine like a big theme park the size of Jurassic Park as it is, you'd need vehicles to run around.
Yeah.
The Jeeps were classed as staff vehicles because they're off-road. You can nip across the paddocks and whatnot.
And they are referred to in the film as gas-powered Jeeps, aren't they? They're not electric and on the rail system like the Explorers. They could randomly go
free
anywhere.
roaming.
Free roaming.
Do what you need to do.
Yeah.
So realistically, each Jeep was allocated a different number. Whether or not the numbers equate to, like in the film you see the veterinarian drives around in Jeep number 10.
Yeah.
Whether or not you had like a subsection of say 8, 9, 10 would be the vet Jeeps.
Right, got it.
So on and so forth. But there are only 4 numbered Jeeps that appear in the film.
Yes.
That's not to say that there wasn't a whole host, because Hammond's Jeep, like the main creator of Jurassic Park, is number 29.
Yep.
So essentially, you would think that the Jeeps at least go up to 29.
You would
maybe
expect
30.
them to be sequentially numbered, perhaps, wouldn't
Yes.
you? But you never see all of those numbered Jeeps. So in order, the main screen numbers are, I think it starts
Number
at
10. Number
which
12.
is Muldoon's Jeep, isn't it? That's number 10 that they go and
That's
rescue.
yeah. Also the vet's Jeep.
Also the vet's Jeep.
He uses that. Number 12, number 18, and number 29. They're the 4 screen scene ones.
Yeah.
My one is number 20. Now the reason I went for a non-screen scene one is I don't have to have the Tabasco lights if I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't have to have the green carpet if I don't want to, because who says that every single Jeep was the same?
Well, yeah, and that's an interesting thing, isn't it? Because you've kept the tan carpet, whereas
Yes.
the film one's had a green carpet.
Exactly.
But again, you can make your own spin and interpretation on it.
Definitely.
It's your own
definitely.
choice, isn't it?
Some of the other division members, like Ratchet, when her Jeep's up and running, she's going for one of the screen used numbers.
Yeah.
So in order to make it look like that, there's a lot more work involved.
Yes.
To get all the bits and pieces that go with it.
For sure.
Predominantly it's the same vehicle, but there's little quirks, like some of them have the searchlights,
Yes.
some of them don't. One of them doesn't have a roll bar, but it has toolboxes on the back and things like one of them. Only one Jeep on the entire park has a roof.
Yeah, and that's the one that Nedry escapes from and
In
ends
the
up
rain,
getting
conveniently
eaten.
enough.
It conveniently has a roof in the rain. If anyone at home is watching this and going, ooh, I fancy a bit of JP Jeep action, what would your top tips be, Dan?
Have a very large wallet. Because
Always with car projects, right? Always.
they're certainly not cheap, and prices on Wranglers especially are going up. It's one of the few cars I've known, apart from your classic cars,
Yes.
this is one of the few cars that kind of retain its value, if not increase over
Yes.
time.
Yeah.
When I bought this, it was around £4,000. Ones we've
Crikey.
seen now,
Yeah, you know,
£8,000-9,000 just for a bog standard model. Listen to what people advise you with. As I said before, my mechanical knowledge is non-existent, and without the help of guys like yourselves, you listen to the people that know what they're talking about. You can't just jump into a project and be like, yeah, I've got a Jeep, and away you go. It just doesn't work like that. You join up with a motor pool. The motor pool itself is the worldwide version, which is Jurassic Park Motor Pool, and then obviously us, if you're in the UK, then it's the Jurassic Park Motor Pool UK division.
Yeah.
And within both is a wealth of knowledge. You get entered into what we call the workshop to start with, which is teaching you how to build it, telling you what bits you need, where to source them.
Yeah.
And then once you've completed Jeep, then you move up from the workshop to the main motor pool, and you become like I wouldn't say a full-blown member, because every member is a full-blown member, but a sort of completed member. Just have fun, really.
Have fun. It is meant to be fun at the end of the day, isn't it?
These aren't built for comfort.
No.
These aren't built for speed. These are built for fun, pure and simple fun.
Well, Dan, amazing as ever, mate. Thank you so much for...
You're more than welcome,
You're
Bob.
more than welcome, more son. We're going to have a quick wander now, and we're going to show you some of the other Jurassic Park type vehicles that are here. So as we come over and say hello to Ratchet, or do I mean Dr. Ellie Sattler?
Why not both?
Why not both? It's GP. This will be the first time you've seen GP on the channel.
My GP Jeeps.
Who you've owned for
3.5 years.
How can it be 3.5 years? GP is the perfect base for this for a number of reasons. So what year is she?
1994.
94, and GP's a YJ, so it's the perfect, and also it's a Sahara, right? So the Sahara gives you
The correct seats inside. Also means I get a slippy disc.
sick drifts in your YJ, yo.
I could possibly say so, officer.
She was a great base vehicle because how much did you pay for her?
I paid a shade under £4,000.
Shade under £4,000.
3.5 years ago, yeah.
Which you wouldn't get one for that now,
Not a
would you?
chance. That's probably like half the price of what they are now, if not more.
Hey girl, that's a
Check out how much 90s lacquer peel
That's
you
a
can fit in
whole
this
lot
bad
of
boy.
90s water-based paint lacquer peel you've got
Sure
there.
is.
Now that's the kind of thing that would have turned most prospective buyers off, wouldn't it? But
Would have, but not me.
not you, because it was always going to be a
Yeah.
Jurassic Park replica, wasn't it, from
Yeah.
day one?
Absolutely. That's why I bought it. I came into a bit of money and I just thought, big life ticky box,
Yep.
do it.
So let's have a quick whiz round, because it's not like we filmed this before and the microphones were off or anything.
We didn't do that at all.
No, we definitely didn't
Don't know
do
what
that,
you're
because
talking
we're
about.
professionals.
Completely professional.
Completely professional. GP's going in for paint. How soon?
Like 5 days away.
Oh
This
my-
Saturday. she
really?
goes to paint. Yeah. Like, oh my goodness, I'm so excited.
So conveniently, we have two Wranglers next to each other.
Yep.
The one on Ratchet's right has all the UK spec lighting.
Correct. Boo.
And GP here, you have done the prep work to convert to US spec, but MOT compliant lighting.
Correct.
UK cars, because they were all imported left-hand drives and converted.
That's right.
And they had to make them type approved, so they were never really designed for European market or whatever. So you end up with horrible, like, kit car catalogue indicator side lights, which no one likes that.
No one wants
No
that.
one wants
They're
that.
rubbish.
And ultimately, they're not on the screen cars.
Correct.
These here are reflectors,
Yep.
not repeaters, and they have the indicator repeater there. So, if you're going full on screen accurate, what do you do?
I am.
What do you do?
completely rip it apart and do it again.
Yay! So we go
So-
to the front and
Yes. So what I've done here is I've welded up the holes that are behind those ugly, terrible indicators on the front
Yep.
and relocated them back into the grille as they should be.
because they are there, the position's there,
Yeah,
they're
the
just
position's
reflectors as a UK spec, aren't they? Which is
you just
weird.
need the rear part and then
Yep.
plug it in.
But again,
That's it.
you end up with working indicators,
Yeah.
right? And the other thing you've done is you've done their XJ Cherokee headlights, aren't they?
That's correct,
Which
yeah.
have an integrated side light.
That's right. And
So-
they're way better. They're the best headlights I've ever owned on a car.
They're really
Ever.
good.
They're really,
It's
really
so
good.
strange. For some reason, on the UK ones, they got much smaller lights that are just lights. But yeah, that's the top tip: is use XJ Cherokee headlights. Tap tap tap. Move the indicator to there. You'll be totally safe, won't you? You'll be totally happy at MOT time.
Yep.
And then
Past 2, no problem.
yep. And then what you do is
You then fill in the hole. Fill the hole where the indicator would have been.
take the lamp holder out of that.
Yep. And then extend the wiring.
Get your boyfriend who doesn't mind doing wiring for you.
I mean, I could have done it, but you know.
You totally
you
can.
need something to do. You know, you got to keep them busy. You know, give them little jobs
And then you extend it
and put it back in here
and put it back in here.
because it just works. Ta-da!
Ta-da. So that's how you sort out the lighting at the front. And then round here, so again, you've got the big whippy area which you have to drill in.
Yes.
And you've got the proper screen accurate base now,
Yes,
haven't you?
thanks to my good friend Gary the Moose.
Who is a bit obsessed with 3D printing, but
Little bit.
we're very
I
glad
think
he is.
3D print is life if he could. And then moving around to the tail lights.
Yep.
As you can see, I do not have the UK spec ones, or the Euro spec as it should be. I have fitted US ones, so that is now my fog light
Yep.
with a red bulb. These are my tail lights as usual, like
Stock
brake,
tail,
yeah.
right, yep.
And then the fog lights are now my indicators.
Now, obviously, staying on the right side of the law, there's one thing that you do have to retain, which is not screen accurate, which is the UK number plate position,
Yes.
which is down here with the number plate lights. So that's kind of UK specific.
Yeah, there's nothing you can really do about that.
However, there is a fun thing you can do, isn't there?
There is, yeah.
The UK cars don't have a number plate there as you'd expect, but what's behind the number plate, girl? Check this out.
Flippity flip.
I love it. Flippity.
With an added bonus that when you fit the US spec tail lights, underneath here, it's see-through. So when you turn your headlights on and your tail lights come on, the bulb illuminates number plate. How cool is that?
It's really cool, isn't it?
It's
So you
cool.
follow at night and everyone knows that you're JP18. Well, here we are, Jurassic Park Explorer with its owner, Phil. Hello, Phil.
Hi there,
How are you
right?
doing?
Hello.
We're moving on now. We've moved away from the Jeep Wranglers. We're now onto the Explorers. Now, there's not as many Explorer replicas in the UK, are there?
No. I think there's one more that's like this. I think there's two Mark 1s, so like the sort of 93, 94.
Yep.
And then we got Gary's newer Generation 3 one as well. But
Generation one.
other than those 5, I can't think of any others.
Someone at home, if this was their favourite of the vehicles in Jurassic Park, what's the starting point? If you were going for the film accurate vehicle, what was that based on?
Well, the film accurate would be the same one they used in 1993. Obviously, they never sold those in the UK, so even Americans find it hard to find one of those in good condition. But luckily, between I think like 96 to 2000, 2001, Ford UK did sell these, which is why this is a right-hand drive
Yes, we
model.
did actually get an Explorer over
Yeah,
here, didn't
so for someone looking to start it, it actually made it much more attainable thing, because I didn't have to worry about trying to import one.
Yeah.
And because it's a normal UK oldish car, I picked up for a great price.
Yep.
So it's plain white when I got it. So you got choices whether to do the full wrap or just get it painted, or get it painted and do the wrap.
The screen accurate cars, the ones actually used, didn't have drivers, did they?
No.
So that makes it quite an interesting curveball, because
Yeah.
you couldn't physically drive one exactly as it appears in the film.
No, that's
And
it.
it had other weird things like the big bubble roof and everything that's
Roof,
expensive.
yeah,
isn't it?
the bull bar at the front, the extra spotlights.
So what was your angle on it when you went, I want to make a Jurassic Park Explorer? What did you want out of it?
The whole look, I guess.
Well, it's the point, isn't it?
That's it.
Right?
So, I mean, what makes it identifiable is obviously the colour scheme, the stripes and the logos.
Yeah.
Anything else additional, like maybe roof bars with the spotlights or the bull bars, will be a nice add-on to get it more towards the movie.
So this is still work in progress for you?
It is, yeah, and I think it always will be, really.
Right, yeah.
Every time I meet with the other JP guys, I'll probably always have a thought of, oh, I actually like to do that as well, or maybe do this and that.
How often do you drive it? Is it your daily driver?
No, it's one of 3 cars.
One of 3.
So, but I have insured it as a normal day-to-dayer, so I try and take it out at least once or twice a week.
Yep.
And because I only work, my office job is only like 8 miles down the road.
Great.
Then this comes to work with me as well. And,
Fantastic, nice.
So I use it as an everydayer, so people might see me just at the supermarket doing my food shopping and then just walking back.
Well, why not?
Putting it in the back.
Why not?
Yeah.
So, Phil, for anyone who's interested in building a Jurassic Park Explorer, what would be your top bits of advice?
Top bits is, I mean, these are all old cars now, so these ones about 96 to 2000. Again, some of them you're not really going to find like superb full history or anything like that, but you are going to get them for a really decent price.
Yeah.
So I'd say have a look at it, at least get it checked out by a mechanic or a local garage you trust. If it all looks good on the baseline, then I'd go ahead and invest. And
get a good base car to start with.
Yeah.
Get something good.
And I do save towards a little repair fund every month, just in case.
You've got to do it, haven't you?
Being the old cars they are.
Absolutely, lovely. Well, thanks very much, Phil. We're now going to check out another one of the replicas. Stay tuned. Well, now this is a treat. I have never seen in person one of the Mercedes replicas before. Everyone say hello to Erin. How are you doing, Erin?
I'm good, thank you.
And tell us about you and your partner Darren's amazing Mercedes. Tell us all about it.
Lockdown fever kicked in.
Tell me about it. Yeah, right.
So I turn up at his and he says, we're getting an ML and we're going to turn it into Jurassic Jeep.
See, these are the kind of people you need in your life, right? That's the kind of positivity you need, isn't it? And what was your reply?
When do we go get it?
Yes!
He doesn't like doing things normally. He likes to do something a bit quirky and a bit different from other people.
Yeah.
I think he joined the group first, the ML group, and then he saw that there's a Jurassic Park group and the Motor Pool, and he was just like, no one's done it in the UK.
No, I haven't seen one in the UK yet either. Was it difficult finding a base vehicle?
It's harder now than what it was then. We managed to get this at a bargain on an old farm.
Oh really? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
No MOT list this long.
So this is proper second chance.
It is.
It lives
is.
again. Yeah.
And she nearly didn't make it here either because a mechanic came and fiddled about with things and drilled through. And we thought she wasn't going to survive, but she did.
She's a fighter. She's a fighter. She's here.
And then it was just like, we're going to paint her, and he said, here's 10 rattle cans. Never done it before.
So this isn't a wrap. This is rattle canned. You've masked this, sprayed it.
Yes.
Fantastic.
First attempt.
So, if anyone at home is fancying doing one and they have access to an old ML, what sort of costs are involved? How much does it cost you to get it to look this good?
You've got the base first. I think we managed to get it for about 500.
That's great.
Bargain.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Looking now, they're around 1,200, 1,500 with things wrong with them. And then you've got the paint, because I don't know how much the paint costs.
Some money.
Some money. He doesn't tell me.
How much is paint in a can? That's how much it costs.
80 cans of
80. 80 cans.
That's redoing it. That's doing it twice because making mistakes the first time. When it rained, when it snowed.
Yeah.
When it was sunny.
Oh, and you did it outside?
Outside.
Oh, I'm loving that. Right, this is the punk rock one right here, isn't it? This is just like
there's bugs. There's DNA in there.
Love it. How far have you gone for screen accuracy? Because obviously the MLs can be pretty, what's the word I'm looking for? Impractical.
Yes.
To actually own and use as a pure screen accurate, can't you? Because they had like the rears cut off and everything. Yeah.
It wasn't important. It was more a tribute to the film.
So this is more of a tribute vehicle. Yeah,
more of a tribute and mental health journey to get us through COVID.
Fantastic. Yeah.
And then we met everyone here.
Hello.
Hello.
Dan behind the camera.
It's something, labour of love, and all he says to me is, have you seen it on the group? Have you seen it on the group chat? And seeing everyone's vehicles, and it's just now we want to do a smart car, like a mini version of this as well.
Oh, that's fantastic! I love it.
And we've got a old ambulance as well that's going to either be a camper, or we'll change it into a scene, and you open the back and something will come out.
That's fantastic. Really like that. So we've got the paint. Was this a bull bar that was on it when you got it?
That was all on there, and we just rubbed it down, primed it, and rattle canned.
Excellent. The wheels, were they rattle canned as well?
They were rattle canned. Darren did manage to match the colour to the film, even though it looks nothing like it when you look on screen. Yeah. But it's the same colour.
Wonderful. Lettering, are these vinyl?
They're vinyl. Found a man in Ipswich who did a really lovely job on all of them, and the back window.
And any other mods you've done to make it a bit more Jurassic Park?
We had these commissioned and made by a mechanic and welder, and the roof bar.
Oh yeah,
for
roof
the
bar
light
at the
bar.
back. Fantastic. I can see some glowing green stuff back here. What's the?
Yes.
Tell us about the glowing green. It looks like a special
This wasn't my
button.
idea. And
I can see he's got a cheeky grin on over there.
But Darren is more. I love crafting and I love all that type of thing. Darren loves electricals and anything with wires. Yeah. So if you press the button, you'll see what that does.
Do I dare push the button, everyone? Now that's great. Like, why grow up? Right?
Exactly.
Why grow up?
it's a little bit of enjoyment, puts a smile on everyone's face.
Absolutely, and you did all of this over lockdown.
Yes, and
Well-
we only finished a couple of weeks ago.
That's absolutely fantastic. I love it. Erin, thanks so much for showing us around your amazing ML.
Thank you.
And we'll come back to you in a minute with more Jurassic Park Jeep action. Well, that just about wraps up our Jurassic Park Jeep Bonanza. Hope you've really enjoyed this episode. Hope you've maybe learned about how to build your own Jurassic Park Jeep or tribute vehicle. If you've enjoyed this, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe and share to all of your friends. From me, Bob, it's goodbye from another episode of Motorhaus.